Thank you, Donald, for that warm introduction. May I also begin by acknowledging the traditional owners of the land upon which we gather and pay my respects to the Wurundjeri people of the Kulin Nation, paying my respects to their elders past, present and emerging. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, I greet you with the Islamic greeting of Salam Alaikum, which means peace be upon you, and Ramadan Mubarak. I would like to thank you all for participating in tonight's inaugural Victorian Bar Iftar dinner, hopefully the first of many to come. I'd also like to acknowledge and thank our co-host Dr. Matt Collins QC, the President of Vic Bar Association, for partnering in tonight's program. We appreciate your organisation's willingness to be involved in such a program, raising awareness of the diverse community we are part of. And we also thank you and the organisation for the work you do for law and order and for our democracy. I'd also like to acknowledge our keynote speaker, Ms. Azmina Hussain, who we're looking forward to hearing from her. Azmina is a strong community voice who volunteers to many organisations promoting inclusion and diversity, a highly respected individual within the Muslim community and deeply respected within the firm she works. I'd also like to acknowledge the President of the Court of Appeal, the Honourable Justice Chris Maxwell, the Honourable Justice Emilius Kiru from the Court of Appeal as well. From the Supreme Court, the Honourable Jacinta Forbes and the Honourable Associate Justice Rod Randall, the Family Court of Australia, the Honourable Justice Victoria Bennett, the Magistrates Urfa Masood and Ross Maxted, and of course our former Governor, Professor David de Kretser and his wife Jan. Thank you very much for joining us again tonight, really appreciate it. And a quick mention to the former president of the Vic Bar, Jennifer Betruni, who had the great pleasure of being involved in a home iftar, and it was from that conversation that this concept sort of developed. So thank you for the work that you've been doing, espousing this type of work. And may I also just say thank you to all the barristers in the room for being here and for joining in this program, all your legal practitioners and friends, thanks for joining us in such an auspicious occasion. For the AIS, this year we've been fortunate enough to host or co-host some 41 iftar dinners. 8 of them are of this nature, where we're either hosting or co-hosting with another organisation, and 33 home iftar dinners. For those of you who haven't had, I'm going to say, good fortune of not attending a home iftar dinner, I encourage you to take one up next year, or even this year. We've still got a couple of dates available. But if this year's going to be a bit tough, next year's Ramadan, please look out for the details on our website. You're more than welcome to come and break bread with a host family. I'm sure it'll be a treat that you'll remember for many time over. Ramadan for the Muslim community is a time for purification, purifying the mind, body and the soul. The long period of not eating helps us to focus on our core purpose of existence, and that is being a dutiful servant to our Creator and to our fellow human beings. Being a servant to our fellow travellers in life can take many forms. However, the underlying principle of any orderly behaviour between individuals is no doubt mutual respect. Respecting one's gender, colour of skin, heritage, beliefs, whether a person believes in a creator or not, and other forms of respect is a key ingredient for a cohesive society. Respect provides a pathway to getting to know one another from their disposition, leading to a better understanding of each other and ultimately acceptance. Accepting each other unequivocally as valued members of society who have a rightful place in our society. We are fortunate to live in a country like Australia, a strong democracy with a clear separation of powers, a nation that provides opportunity, a nation that respects the right of the individual, provides freedoms and safety for its people. Yet we thought the same for our cousins across the Tasman in New Zealand. Yet a tragedy befell the country it has never seen before. Worshippers were also attacked in a place that was considered sanctuary for them, such as in Sri Lanka, and we saw the bombings there. Then there was that shooting in the synagogue in the USA. Unfortunately, conflict has and will continue to manifest as long as there's hate, where individuals are being labelled as us and them. Hate speech is something that is becoming ever more prevalent, as everyone has a megaphone in their hands via their mobile phone or on a desk via a computer. Apps provide platforms to narrowcast unsavoury views about others without fear, retribution or consideration for the hurt they cause on others. If we do talk about respect being the principal denominator for a cohesive society, it is our collective responsibility to reach out to those who use these platforms to propagate their hate. or propagate their hate-imbued messages and get them involved in mainstream society. We should invite them to our homes for an Iftar dinner, for a Christmas dinner, or a meal during Yom Kippur. Even better, let's get them to light a candle during Diwali and give them a chance to play the didgeridoo during NAIDOC week. These are small steps and maybe simple steps for us, but maybe life-changing for the people who are not familiar with other cultures or other communities. We should try to at least bring them into the conversation. Let them speak so we could listen to them. Maybe when they hear us speak, it may trigger some change within. Who knows? Maybe, just maybe, we can make a difference in someone's life. It's a long journey ahead, but I'm sure through our collective efforts, through the reach that we have to our own communities, through our families and friends, we could hopefully contribute towards a cohesive society. Ramadan is a time for reflection. These are some of my musings, and I thought I'd share that with you. Thank you again for joining us this evening, and I do hope you enjoyed tonight's program. Ramadan Mubarak to you all. Thank you.